Hey guys, it's Steve. Welcome back to today's video, and in this video I'm going to be talking all about the future of Scream at Blackmore Studios. Basically because you guys have been wondering a lot about what's been going on, and I'm going to cover everything for you guys so you're all filled in and you're all ready. So getting into it, as you guys know, we do have two Scream films in production, pre-production, I should say. The first one is Scream or Scream 3, and the other one is the Scream spinoff, Scream Lives. Late November, we filmed in the summer, and we couldn't film during that fall season, so then we paused production. And ever since then, it has been paused. We have not resumed. Now I'm gonna go into why production was paused. Is basically because we were all very busy. We were busy doing Red Snow and all those other things, and as you guys know, our Scream movies have had the largest cast of any Blackmore Studios movie that we've made, so it can be challenging getting everyone together at once to film. So, you know, our cast was busy, I was busy doing the other things, you know, getting ready for other things, so we paused it, and we were waiting, you know, just because everyone was so busy and it couldn't really work, and there's no problem with that, everyone's busy and all that, so we paused it, and it's still been paused. That's basically why we paused production, because everyone was busy, and we just really wanted to make sure that everyone was free enough to film, so we waited. And also, you guys know, it could be easier to make a shorter movie, maybe like 20 minutes or so, with a bigger cast, because you don't need to film as many scenes with them. So that's where the challenges of making a full feature-length film come into play. As you guys know, Scream 1 and 2, or Scream 1 and 2 movies a few years ago, were both feature lengths, and the goal for Scream 3 is to have it a feature length movie. So there are challenges when making a feature length movie, and as you guys know, our quality has gone up really far, so we want to make sure it's more quality, meaning, you know, production is obviously bigger than the past two Scream movies that we've done, even though they're the same length. And also, when we were filming Scream 3 in the summer, the trees had leaves, it was green and scenery and all that, and something that we really struggled to have in Scream 1 and 2 was continuity. And as you guys might see, one scene might have leaves and another scene might be bare, windy, and snow. So we didn't really want to have that for the third movie. We wanted to make it concise and all that stuff, so we didn't want to have winter and then summer, then winter and fall. So we waited for now, which is what I'll be talking about soon, but that's also why we didn't want to film, so we paused it again. It's because we wanted continuity through like the weather and seasons. So now that you guys know why we paused the movie, I can officially say we are going to resume filming very, very soon, possibly in the next month or so. Obviously it's late April. It was 85 degrees last week where we live, and it's going to be very nice from here on. So we are definitely going to be filming for Scream 3 as soon as we can, because it's nicer weather out and we want to get all the scenes that we done can and everything. So we're really happy about that, now that Scream 3 will be going into production once again very soon. And something that we know you guys really want a feature film for the Scream movie, right? But we are now really gonna focus, because obviously you guys have seen our past movies have been short films, like 30-20 minute ranges, 15 minutes, things like that. So our main goal now is to put quality over the length of the film. And we're not saying Scream 3 is going to be like 25 minutes long. You know, it's too big of a movie for that. But it might not be like 2 hours, maybe like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 10 minutes, somewhere in between Scream 1 and 2, because Scream 1 was like 1 hour 4 minutes and Scream 2 was 1 hour and like 50 something minutes. So somewhere in the middle around that, I would say. We don't want to make it too long, we don't want to make it too short. And also with, you know, all that we can film, we want to make sure that it looks good. And something that I have been doing, and you know, me and the Scream 3 director Nico and all this stuff, what we will be doing, what I have been doing soon, is minor rewrites, just because I'm looking at, you know, all the scenes that we have, because I have a whole list of the scenes and the details. So I'm like, if we really want to get this done in the summer, I have to cut some of these out or rewrite some of them so that they're simpler and easy to film, like our finale scene, which, as I said, is a really cool scene. It's different setting than what we've ever done before. So, but I also was looking at, I'm like, I feel like we need to change the way it is a little bit, just because it's a little complex and it's very like run on, and it feels too long, and we will not be able to get it done in one night, which is something that we always like to try and do. Is we always want to get one scene done in a day, not continue it and go on like that. And when we were filming in the summer, we did 2 scenes a day. But so we will be doing minor rewrites to some things to make it simpler, more realistic, and more easier to film, because that's what we really want, is for it to be easy to film but really effective for you guys and whoever else will see it. But nothing is gonna have a big change. It's not gonna be totally different. It's going to, you know, have Quinn and Vanna. They're like the main characters. It'll be like a continuation from Scream 2, so it's not gonna be anything like different, no crazy rewrites, nothing like that. We're just keeping the same thing, just changing minor things that we know we can improve on and make shorter, you know, things like that, just to make it easier for filming. But everything will be the same: characters, storyline, Ghostface scenes, which have some really cool ones in there, so we're excited for that. Now, a bunch of you guys have asked me this, and I've debated this with a lot of people. When would we release this movie? Now, hopefully, if we are able to get Scream 3 done, or very close to finished, during the summer or late summer, probably that will happen in September, I would like to release it during Scream 7. And as you guys know, Scream 7 releases next February, so 10 months about from now. But I think that would be a cool release date. And looking back on Scream 2 and even the first Scream movie, we released the first Scream movie sometime a few weeks after Scream 6 released, and the views were crazy because everyone was like looking for Scream 6 and, you know, watching videos and things like that. And we put our hashtags of Scream 6 in our videos, so when people saw like Scream 6 stuff, sometimes it would come up on their feed on YouTube and they'd watch our things. So, you know, the real Scream movies benefit our movies, so if I want to do the same thing, I think it's a good idea that we release Scream 3 closer to Scream 7, so when people search for Scream 7, they might see our movie and other Scream fan films. You know, if you guys look at the teaser trailer for Scream 2, it has around 18,000 views, which is crazy. That's our highest viewed video on our channel through our company and all that stuff. So that was definitely something I realized, is that got a lot of views probably because of Scream 6, because we posted that teaser a few months after Scream 6 released, so it really benefited our movie. So that's something I really want to do again for Scream 3. So that's basically everything on Scream 3. Now we're going to talk about the Scream spin-off called Scream Lives. That is the title. I didn't officially announce something like, here's the title of the new Scream, but I put like this little teaser poster and I put hashtag Scream Lives. I don't know if anyone caught on to that. But the official title for Scream spin-off is Scream Lives. And we are also aiming to film that possibly late summer into fall, which is exciting too. We want to focus on Scream 3 and all that stuff. Maybe film here and there for the spin-off too. So the characters, there are going to be many new characters. It's not going to be as big of a cast as our past Scream movies, but it'll have some cool cast in there. We already have 3 cast members confirmed, or 4. We're looking for a few more, but it's gonna have a decent sized cast. Some cool, really cool Ghostface scenes. It's gonna be maybe the 30-minute range, 40 minute range, because the script is like 32 pages long, somewhere around that. And basically Scream Lives, the spinoff, happens at the same time that Scream 3 is happening. And Scream 3 is happening in Woodsboro, which is in California, and our spin-off Scream Lives is happening in Morristown, New Jersey. So they're on the opposite sides of the country, happening at the same time as each other. So in Scream 3, you'll be hearing things about Scream Lives and what's happening in New Jersey. And in Scream Lives, you'll be hearing about what's happening with Quinn and Vanna in Scream 3, which is kind of cool to keep them continuous, because that's something I really wanted to do for the Scream spinoff, was keep it continuous and not so separated from the other Scream movies we've made. Now, there are going to be 1 to 2 characters who are in our Scream 1, 2, and 3. They might also be appearing in Scream Lives as well. I gotta make sure that they can. I'm trying to write them into it. Writing is just about done for the Scream Lives, so we're gonna probably film that, as I said, sometime this summer and fall. But we're looking to have 1 to 2 characters from Scream 1, 2, and 3 in Scream Lives, just because we also want to keep that continuity, and we want to make them feel attached but separate at the same time. And, you know, it's not a bad thing if we don't have those characters in the movie, but it would help just to, like, bridge a gap between those two movies. And I'll give you guys a little info on this spin-off. Basically, the spin-off happens because of the events happening in Scream 3. So the events happening in Scream, actually 2 and 3, inspire something to happen in New Jersey and across the country, which is cool, which leaves room for more stories that we can, you know, make. But yeah, basically the events that happen in Scream 3 inspire events that happen for the spin-off Scream Lives. Now, this release date, I'm not sure of. If we are able to film it all in before late fall, so like sometime a little bit before November, then we could also release that maybe, I would say maybe around a little bit after Scream 7. It depends on what we finish first, Scream Lives or Scream II, and I will keep you guys updated. So this is just what I'm thinking will happen, but we probably will release Scream Lives sometime in early 2026, just because if we finish Scream Lives in November or October, we want to give enough time for promo. But this is also a challenge that we're going to face, is promoting Scream III, Scream 3, and Scream Lives, and they might conflict each other, and people might get confused which Scream film is which, because if we have both of them promoting at the same time, it might not be good. So we might keep Scream 3 for a little bit after, so maybe like a month after Scream 7, we might keep it and start promoting that during the time of release of Scream Lives. So I can like make a map of that and everything and show you guys better, because it might be a little confusing, but we have a plan that will help us not get those two movies mixed up with people, because 2 Scream films promoting each other at the same time on our channel, it would be cool, but I feel like it'd just be a bit overwhelming for everyone, because you might see a trailer for Scream 3 and then a trailer for Scream Lives and a poster for that, and it might be a little like awkward and weird, or we might have them both released at the same exact time. Who knows? Maybe that'll be cool. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is our last resort. Something I don't totally want to do, but I'm up to doing if it has to be done. What happens if Scream 3 doesn't finish filming in September, which is our goal? Well, in that case, since no matter what, we will be filming some scenes this summer and hopefully all the rest of the movie. If we aren't able to finish Scream 3, but we come close, then what we will do is we will mix both Scream 3 and Scream Lives, and we will take all the scenes from both of those movies and put them continuous, which is also why I said I want them to be very continuous and tight together in the storyline, is because of this happening, in case this happens, but you know, just because I want them to be very close to each other. But in case I do have to mix both of them together, then I can, and it will make sense, trust me. The scripts for and the scenes that we'll be filming for these 2 movies can definitely come together into one big movie. We actually did the same thing for the first Scream movie. When we were filming Scream 1, we were also filming Scream 2 at the same time. We took scenes from Scream 2 and we put them and we merged them with Scream 1 to make one big Scream movie, which was the first Scream movie, and then we filmed different scenes for Scream 2 and so on. So it's kind of like the same thing, which is what we might do. That's just if we don't finish filming Scream 3. But I'm hoping we can finish Scream 3, and if we do, then it's its own movie. And if we can't, then we mix both of them together into one cool story, because it will be cool. And it will be called Scream 3. It won't be called Scream Lives, it'll be called the 3rd Scream movie. This is kind of similar to the story that Scream 7 theorizers had. They made theories that Scream 7 might be a half Sydney story and a half Sam story before Melissa was fired, of course. So we obviously didn't get that, but people were like thinking that would be a cool idea to like make half of the movie like Sam and Sydney and have them merge together at the end to make one giant like storyline, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what it's kind of similar to what would happen with our movie if we weren't able to finish Scream 3. And obviously, as you guys know, we just finished filming Reflection, and we're working on promo for all that right now. So once Reflection is done editing and all the promo is ready to be released and everything, then we will put full focus on the next 2 Scream films that we're making, Scream 3 and Scream Lives, because obviously our channel has survived and evolved from Scream. It's inspired by Scream, so we really want to put focus into the Scream movies because it's where Blackmore Studios came from. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today was Scream 3 and Scream Lives. I wanted to give you guys the update video because I know you guys were asking for it, and you guys, a bunch of people are DMing me and asking me, like, what's happening with Scream 3? What's happening with Scream Lives? Are we getting them soon? Is it canceled? And it's not canceled. Nothing is canceled. This is not a cancellation video at all. So, yeah, that's where we are with those 2 Scream movies. So, pretty exciting. But yeah, we're gonna try our best to get these things done for you guys and everything. Reflection was releasing this July. The teaser comes out May 9th. The first look is at the end of this month in about 5 days from now, which is exciting. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.